Okay. Go ahead and close your eyes, and we're going to take some breaths on a count today. So 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, and 4-second exhale. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And just keep doing that for a few moments by yourself. So 4, 4, 4. So after you finish your last 4-count exhale, you can return to a breathing rhythm that feels most natural. We're just going to tap into the sensations of the body and just kind of do a scan through and see how the body is feeling in this moment. I'm visualizing like one of those laser scans going from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet, just doing like a full body scan with my awareness and seeing what areas feel tight and what areas feel loose and free. Now pick an area that felt tight and just direct all of your focus on it and almost I'm seeing this image of like putting our entire selves, so our entire consciousness into that area and like fully embodying the feeling of the tightness. And it might feel weird and uncomfortable, but we're doing this to understand that we are okay with the discomfort. And so it feels tight and contracted, but spending some time with the contraction, we begin to befriend it. Now you're going to take a deep inhale through your nose and just let out an exhale and kind of like explode the contraction into expansion. So I'll do it first and then you can do it as you want. So deep inhale. And you can do it as many times as you feel necessary. I feel like I need to do it a few more times to kind of shake away. And something that I noticed right now is that as I do the exhales, the contraction isn't fully gone. But the parts of the contraction that were ready to move on, they've moved on naturally as we've done that. And the ones that remain, they're serving us in some way. And so can we honor them and acknowledge them and trust that they are doing a job that serves us in the grand scheme of things, even if it feels not so good in the moment, and even if it feels to our human awareness as a limitation. Let's just take a moment to acknowledge that every single thing in our life, the good, the bad, all of it, it's perfectly arranged. We all came with specific lessons that we wanted to learn on our soul's evolution journey. And the other aspects of ourselves, the aspects that we often call the higher selves, they curated the experience perfectly. And so as the human counterpart to it all, our only responsibility is to enjoy the ride, basically. We've been in this illusion that we need to plan, or that we even have any control as we plan. But as the past 2 years or so and going into this year, I think that illusion is just really crumbling. And so in response, can we remember and integrate the knowing that our only job is to just experience it as it unfolds. The words that came through this morning for me were this game that we're playing right now that we call human life. It was designed for us, by us. And so there's nothing to be afraid of. We're taken care of and held on levels that our minds can't grasp or understand from this current perspective. But the feeling of that truth is still there. Something resonates when we remembered that we're taken care of beyond our imagination. So the practice that came through today while I was in the shower, actually, it was a gratitude practice, and I was like, okay, yeah, gratitude practice, all right. But but it kind of feels different to any other way that I've practiced gratitude before. And essentially what we're doing is, actually, let me just lead you through it. So we're just going to start off by centering ourselves, grounding ourselves into our bodies. So we'll start by feeling the center of our heads and aligning our energetic bodies with our physical bodies. And it's like as we pay attention to each place in our bodies, so when I start with the head, it's like feeling the clicking into place sensation in whatever way that makes sense to you. So starting with the center of the head, then going down to just above the belly button area, syncing it all up. Moving our awareness to the entirety of our legs and syncing those up. All of our bodies lining up. And lastly, our feet, feeling the aliveness of sensation that exists in our feet and clicking it all into place. Next, we're going to do the grounding practice, which is the grounding cord installation. So just imagine a cord of light. I imagine mine just a little under a foot in diameter, so it's quite big for me. And choose whatever color comes up for you first for the color of the cord. Today mine is just a simple gold. Gold always feels super comfortable for me. So now that you have the cord, attach one end of the cord to your sacral region, which is just under your belly button, so your abdomen area, where if you're a woman, where your uterus is, or if you have a uterus, that's where your uterus is. And the other end of the cord, start visualizing it digging deep into the layers of the earth. And as you dig deeper, you begin to feel more and more of Earth's emerald energy flowing around into your field, into your system. And the cord keeps digging. And eventually, the cord will find the core of the earth, and it will wrap itself around the core. And this cord will remain here until the next time you think about it or do a similar practice. So you're connected and grounded in, and you're safe to explore whatever other realms that you wish to explore right now. All right, so now bring your focus back to your heart space and see if you can cultivate or build up the energy of gratitude within your chest space. So essentially, you're invoking the feeling of gratitude in your body. So when you think back to memories where you felt gratitude, what did that feel like? And now we're just going to spend a few moments building that up in our heart chakra region, which is in the center of our chest. And there's no wrong way to do this. It's okay if the feeling doesn't feel super tangible. If you do this practice a lot, it will begin to feel really tangible to the point where you'll be able to invoke gratitude just on command, no matter what the external circumstances suggest. So I'm going to be quiet now, and we're just going to build up that energy of gratitude. It's helpful to have your eyes closed. You might notice that the energy naturally begins to expand into other areas of your body as you build it up. At a certain point, it will expand past the boundaries of your physical body into your field. Once you feel like you've reached a level of stability with that feeling, for me it's not a complete stability, it keeps kind of losing intensity and then building intensity again, so it's more of like a wave for me. But when you feel like you're closest to stability with it, now try doing the same thing, building up the practice, but with your eyes open and looking at what's around you right now in the present moment. I started doing this practice just actually yesterday. And it's hard. It feels like when I open my eyes and I try to sustain the gratitude, I'll look at different things and some of the gratitude will begin to drain. And it's interesting to explore why that is, why there's certain items or certain things that we look at around us that have an automatic gratitude draining quality to them. And you don't have to intellectualize it or anything, but just noticing that. And also realizing that the mind doesn't have to get involved with this. It's a feeling based practice. So as you build up the gratitude with your eyes closed and then open your eyes, and if you feel it draining, over time as you continue this practice, you'll begin to naturally get better at sustaining it even with your eyes open. And eventually you'll get to a place where it just becomes a natural habit to feel that warmth of gratitude with your eyes open. And you can also, when you're opening your eyes and you feel it being drained a little, you can also return to closed eyes and build it back up and then retry. I had to do that a few times. So we're going to spend 3 minutes just doing this, and then that will be our meditation for today. And you can come back.